Svelem wants me to drink some tea. I think I can do that. Thank you, and Scotty, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Razul wants me to drink some tea. Alright then. We can do a royal visit. To increase his popularity amongst the populations, our Boris will visit the municipality of Vana. During his walkabout, he will mingle with the crowd while we make sure plenty of photographs of the event are taken and sent to the press. I think that that's probably a good idea, seeing as we're empowering him at the moment. So let's go ahead and do the royal visit to Vana. The royal visit to Vana has been a disastrous blow to the Tsar's popularity. Already from the beginning of the visit, it could be seen that there was not much joy amongst the mostly poor citizens gathered to welcome the procession, and even sporadic booing could be heard amongst the crowd. The situation worsened when citizens organised a popular protest around the town hall, where the monarch and his family enjoyed a pompous reception and a luxurious banquet accompanied by the most privileged members of society. People criticised such lavish displays and blamed the upper classes for all the economic and societal problems that have been visited upon the country in the recent decades. In response, police forces were tasked with breaking up the demonstration immediately, but the use of violence was only worsened the situation, and the demonstration has escalated into riots. Oops. 23% stability, and it's about to drop even further. Did you see the video you posted in Discord? No, I had not had a chance. How's the construction coming along? So we're about to finish Plovdiv, and then we can get Mosia. We can mosey along in Mosia. You're still not trained. We probably do want to repress the broad socialists, as we're going very far away from the socialist line. The Agrarian Union are probably okay. Hopefully this reduces their popularity. Our security forces have carried out a massive repression action against the broad socialists. Police officers reportedly managed to capture numerous troublesome individuals during a clandestine meeting in which several members of the broad socialists met with members of the workers' organisations and even the Communist Party. The head of the police claims that the outcome of the operation was extremely successful. We lose stability, they lose loyalty and popularity, and we gain political power. And with that political power, we're going to improve the worker conditions, because my gosh, this is making me nervous. Oh, yeah, I did see that, Kalinas. You posted it right below somebody who'd already posted that stuff. Somebody was already posting about the Viking game. I thought you were just saying, here's some more content about it. Right. So we can restore the Tonovo constitution. We can crush the communists. Which might be a good idea considering how much they hate us already. Promote Bulgarian nationalism. This would increase our stability. National Social is actually Nazism, isn't it? That's the far right. So this is not us. I think this is us. Which faction are we? Or maybe we aren't a faction. That might just be it. We are the non-factional faction. Or maybe the... No, we're Agrarian Union. Yeah, we're Agrarian Union. Hold on. No, that's just called the Loyalists. Yeah, I think we are. So let's get the loyalty of the AU up. Is this vanilla? Yes, this is with the new DLC coming out tomorrow. Zvenno, a nationalist organisation founded by the army. Broad socialists or social democrats supporting broad class alliances. A growing union devoted to questions concerning agriculture. And the National Social Movement is a far-right organisation. So yeah, the National Social Movement is just the Nazi party of Bulgaria. Anything special happened from exceedingly low stability? Considering we've seen evidence that civil war is possible, probably a civil war. So Zvenno are the Democrats. No, I'd say that the Broad Socialists or the Agrarian Union are probably the Democrats. I can probably answer that more definitively. Yeah, the AU are the Democrats. Definitely the Democrats. More than 20% support for DP. What the hell is a DP? Ah, it is. Democratic Party. So we need to get democracy bigger. Not non-aligned. Well, I think we probably want to ban the far-right organisations. Although, maybe we don't, because if we fail to get democracy up, we're gonna have to go down, depose the Tsar, military dictatorship. The other thing we can try to do is save up for a democratic reformer, which I think is actually what we need to do. Okay, we need to do that. So let's restore the Tarnovo constitution, which gives us political power. Let's go and freedom of the press, which gives us more political power, stability, and democracy. Yeah, let's do these. Since the coup d'etat of 1934, the state's been governed under a de facto suspended constitution. It is time that we officially restore the Tarnovo constitution, which will not only please the citizens, but also legally support our authoritarian regime. There we go. And now we need to get to 150 political power so that we can bring in the democracy guy. We've been too effective at increasing non-aligned, clearly. Is it possible to support the FM row but ban the far-right orgs? I don't know what the FM row is. Support weapons and fuel refining done. So now I think we probably do want to work out what on earth artillery are. And construction is 1937. Is it equipment we're short on or manpower? It's actually manpower. Interesting. Okay, so now we can bring in the Democratic Reformer. I should have saved just before doing that, just to see if that was in fact the problem. I'm pretty sure it was. So we need to get our Democratic support over 20%. And then at that point we can plot a... well, we can do liberalization of trade policies, plot against Boris, bring in Ferdinand. I just realised why you wanted me to go down this path. It's Byzantium. Of course it is. Agrarian popularity rising in the countryside. The National Agrarian Union is illegally carrying out a propaganda campaign across the rural areas of the country where thousands of farmers are being manipulated to distrust the government and join their ranks. The agrarians particularly criticise the warlike policies of the past, which brought ruin and humiliation to Bulgaria, striving to slight similarities with those of the current government to generate discontent and uncertainty amongst the population. Changing the popularity of democracy. I'm okay with that. 12. Might not even have needed him. Well, let's go ahead and give freedom of the press. And then probably crush the communists and ban the far-right organizations. Now that the Constitution has been restored, we can guarantee its rights and principles, allowing the distribution of currently banned newspapers. That would be the first step into cooperating with certain organizations. The Socialists, the Agrarian Union, and the National Social Movement are all going to like this. I thought only the Greeks had Byzantium. Where did I see it? Dreams of a new Byzantium. It's Ferdinand's trait. Stability down. Of course it is. War support up. Global war tension down. Justified down. Master impact down. Offensive war penalty stability up. So you can go into offensive wars without the stab penalty. That's nice. And then extra military and civilian factories from subjects. Gains old enemies. Opinion of Greece, Romania, Yugoslavia, Turkey. They all hate us. And then from there, fate of the Balkans. Create the Greater Bulgarian Federation. Oh, which imposes a surrender limit penalty on Romania, Yugoslavia, Turkey, and Greece. And also gives us a division attack and defense modifier. Restore the Bulgarian Patriarchate. Ooh, that's nice. Weekly stability plus 1%. It's not limited. It never runs out. Royal visit to Plavin. Tsar Boris visits Plavin. I mean, I'm sure that's going to work out a lot better than last time. Vocal political elements have begun to speak up in favour of democratic values, finding support in an increasing number of population. The nation's path to democracy lies open, merely awaiting the choice of peaceful or violent transition. Prepare for a civil war, or open up political discourse. Yeah, I think it was a mistake getting him. I'm not sure that we needed to do that. Regional Defence Council of Aragon has gone into it. Continued government attempts at reasserting centralised control over the mostly independently acting anarchist communes in northeastern Spain, as well as the Stalinist repression of dissident communist viewpoints, has now led to a full-blown infighting in the Republican front. Okay, trench warfare. Onwards to grand battle plan. France and Britain announce alliance, calling upon the bonds forged during the Great War. France has requested a formal alliance with Britain, citing unspecified threats against the stability of Europe. Together, today, their request was approved by the British Parliament, and France has joined the Allies. They are preparing for the worst. I would kind of agree with that. And this is going to be the 5% we need. Yeah, it was a big mistake getting him. We've been able to do it without his influence. Freedom of the press, done. 24%. It's not available. Oh, it requires Bulgarian nationalism as well. Okay. There may be countless threats to our nation from both abroad and within it, but if we Bulgarians stand together and work side by side, we shall prevail in the turbulent times ahead. This will increase our stability as well. And our civilian factories have actually finished building. So let me just confirm the fact that I'm going to be getting the extra infrastructure from over here. So Sofia definitely does. I think I have miscalculated. I have miscalculated. I'm not seeing any more infrastructure gains. Okay, so let's finish all of those. Sofia getting one more. The Chinese United Front forms. Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Zedong have issued a joint announcement declaring that they have set aside their differences in the face of the Japanese attack. Both sides will observe a strict policy of non-aggression towards each other for as long as the war against Japan lasts, and vow to do everything in their power to throw back the invader. The Hindenburg Disaster. The German passenger airship Hindenburg was destroyed today while attempting to dock at the Lakehurst Air Naval Station in the United States. For reasons not yet determined, the airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming 35 lives. Oh, the humanity! The Guangxi clique joins the Chinese United Front. They seek strength in numbers. US Congress passes the Neutrality Act with tensions rising around the globe. The US Congress has been the scene of intense discussions around the role of the United States should play on the world stage. Many members are concerned that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt might secretly be planning to intervene in a European or Asian war. Tisk, tisk, tisk. So we could bring in a theorist, who is probably going to be the army theorist. Only costs 150. It's actually relatively cheap. Towed artillery. Do we want interwar? No, we want to get concentrated industry. And then I think I'm also going to do this royal visit to Plavin, because I want to prove to everybody just how good Tsar Boris is and how good he is for the country right now. Or something like that. The royal visit to Plavin has become a complete success. After concluding the procession towards the town hall to meet the mayor, the Tsar decided to take a walk around one of the Plavin's humble districts to mingle with the people. The citizens could not have welcomed Boris more warmly. Everyone was glad to have their ruler roaming the streets, and more than a few cheerfully presented the Tsar with humble gifts, from flower wreaths and local products to small wooden and iron crafts. If this sincere and humble welcoming stirred something inside the Tsar or not is unclear, but the truth is that on this occasion, instead of private receptions and exclusive garden parties, the Tsar decided to hold a big popular feast for everybody to enjoy. Needless to say, the people of Plavin were delighted with the idea, and everyone returned home late and really pleased after the event. Popularity of non-aligned gained stability. Damn. We're below 20% again. Okay, maybe it's a good thing that we had this guy here. There it is. Yeah, we'll be above 20% again by the time Bulgarian nationalism is triggered. Zhibai Sanma joined the Chinese United Front earlier today. China and Zhibai Sanma issued a joint statement that the latter has now been formally granted member status of the Chinese United Front. They seek strength in numbers. Not used to these 70-day focuses anymore. Right, so that was construction. So let's get the improved machine tools. We'll go through all of the industrial stuff. I think it's worth it. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed a flight around the world together with her navigator Fred Noonan. After a brief scare when the pair temporarily got lost while approaching Howland Island in the Pacific, the flight proceeded without incident, and this morning their Lockheed Electra touched down in Oakland, California. You get an extra infrastructure from the defensive military line. Probably too late now. If we even go the defensive line. We'll probably go the defensive line. Yeah, it's worth. Okay, so let's cancel all of those. And instead get a round of civilian factories going, I think. Tweaky wants me to drink some tea. Alright then. That is a thing I can do. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Uncertainty has long reigned in the Soviet Union. While details are scarce, there have been a series of secret trials on the highest level, and both generals and ministers have disappeared from the public eye. Soviet command has suffered greatly. Japan declared war on China, and we completed our promotion of Bulgarian nationalism. Zhongzi has joined the Chinese United Front, as has Yunnan. So we're going to head over here, and boom. The Tsar needs the support of his democratic subjects to fulfill his vision of a unified Bulgaria. We must hold what will be an illusion of parliamentary elections, keeping popular opposition parties banned and ensuring that pro-government candidates win a majority of seats. So Tsar Boris gains more political power, and we also gain stability. Wow, this changes our economy law to war economy and service by requirement. Just like that. Requires us to be at war. But that's basically reason to never change either of these ourselves. Japan declared war on Zhongzi. And we can modify the government again, but now I think I'm going to save the political power, just in case. Marco Polo Bridge incident. Japanese and Chinese forces are skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located just southwest of Beijing. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology and territorial concessions. I think... Oh no, we can't do anything against the Zveno. Even though their loyalty is currently on 0. So we'll probably do this, and then probably dissolve the military union. Which will drop them. Here we go. Uncovered Zveno plot. Reliable sources have informed us that some Zveno members have been already publicly criticised the regime on other occasions, have recently contacted a number of military officers. Although we do not know for sure what these meetings are for or who the officers are that they have approached there is no doubt that this suspicious movement by the Zvenovo is part of an obscure greater scheme. So we can investigate further. If we do not deal with the Zvenovo faction in time, members of the organisation may be able to carry out a military coup in the future, or we wait for them to make a move. Investigate further. We have the political power available, and now we can repress them, and we are definitely doing that. Yeah, service by requirement's not the greatest, but war economy is nice. And the fact that you just change them both, like that, it's pretty nice. Zvenovo members repressed. We have successfully cracked down on the Zvenovo organisation, arresting members who reportedly spoke publicly against Boris or even conspired to overthrow the government. They got what they deserved. Although their popularity is still 45, it's still pretty high. Not a huge amount I can do against them at this point.